Good morning. Good morning. Welcome everyone to 2025 Mini-symposium on Bioresources for Sandbox. I am System from Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science, Mahidol University, and also the PI of the Hub of Knowledge in Technology of Analysis for Food Development and Raw Resources. We have a new mission that we want to go to. Now, okay. That's why our theme of our symposium is for non-sandbox. So today we will try to understand non-sandbox, and today we have 6 speakers. We have speaker, and the first speaker, Puthita, Kachintorn. She received her bachelor degree in business economics from Mahidol University International College. Okay, so she's one of Mahidol alumni, and also MSc of Innovation and Entrepreneurship from Queen Mary University of London. And now she is a part of the initiative to restore non-pesticide headwater forest by Puthita, Chairman Emeritus of Kachintorn Thai Bank, and also she now working as a pharma agro business developer of the K Agro Innovate Institute under Kachintorn Thai Foundation. Okay. So for the first talk, okay, please join me to welcome คุณพุทธิตาครับ for น่านมอเตอร์ครับ
Good morning, everyone. My name is Puthita Kachintorn, or you can also call me Prim. Thank you, Ajahn Ekasik, to invite me today. And as he already mentioned, that I'm a part of non-Sandbox initiatives, which I will introduce you to non-Sandbox. Non-Sandbox now. So I'm not sure if any one of you in this room have been to Nan province before. If you've been there, maybe you have seen this picture. This picture is a picture of Nan pristine headwater forest. But I will show later on. I will show you a picture of what it's currently look like right now. But this is what it's supposed to be. And it is, but it's not 100%. But let me tell you a bit about Nan province. Nan province is a bit special than other province, as 85% of it is national forest reserves. It's previously it's not a national forest reserve. The locals, the people are already there. They've been living on the hills, along the river, or anywhere in Nan province for a long time. But one day, then the government decided to announce that this area should be national forest reserve. So they just announced it in the law. So the next day they woke up. All those local people who were there, who used to be legal, they are illegal, just for a night. So this is why the problem of non-sandbox has begun. Those locals, they have been living there. They have been doing agriculture. They have been cutting down the trees, but just to make their family, their children, their food, not starving. But after the government has been announced that this 85% of the province has to be national forest reserves, and our world has been globalized more and more. There are roads everywhere. There are mobile phones, the internet, the 4G, 5G. So now those locals are having more to buy. So they now have to cut down more trees, not just to eat, not just to make their stomach full, but now they have to make a living, to earn a living, to earn enough to buy those things, to buy a car, to drive on those roads, to buy mobile phones, that the internet, the signals goes to them already. So now the problem of non-sandbox, the forest has been destroyed for 28%, or in Thai it's around 1.8 million rai. On this map, those brown dots are the place where it has been destroyed already. And why non-forest is important? You all probably know that Chao Phraya River is originated from 4 rivers, Ping, Wang, Yong, Nan. But Nan forest, only one forest, represents 40 to 45% of water mass of Chao Phraya River. So it's almost half of it. And now Nan forest, which is the headwater forest, has been destroyed. Now what we have encountered for these past 10 years, drought or floods, the big floods that we have encountered in Bangkok or in somewhere else along the Chao Phraya River has maybe can be lessened. The effect can be lessened if we reforest the non-forest back. This one is a video of Nan province last year. It's the biggest flood in Nan in the history. I'm not sure if anyone have seen the news that last year we, on the northern part of Thailand, we have encountered such a big flood, and Nan is one of the affected area. Well, as I mentioned before, this can be lessened. If we help restore back Nan forest, and usually the locals, they cut down trees to grow monocrops such as corn, the stockfeed corn, or tapioca, which they have the market, they have the demand from someone else, some big corporates that I wouldn't mention here. So that there's a cycle, a complete cycle to buy and to support those agriculture crops. So and they do not have any other knowledge to step out of this. They don't know what else to grow. They don't have any other knowledge to do something else. They have been doing this since their ancestors. They've been birthed and grew up with this. So what they can do is just continue doing this. They don't have money. They don't have even the legal land to live on. They don't even have the knowledge, as I've mentioned. So this is what we are trying to do to help them step out of this, but we have to provide them solution as well. And next, I'm going to talk about how are we going to help them step out of this. But this is what Nan forest looks like now. If you now have a chance to go to Nan province, and if you on the window seat, about 30 minutes before approaching to Nan, maybe you can look down from the window of the airplane and you will see this picture. This is a real picture, it's not a computer graphic or AI. So, but if you go to Nan during the rainy seasons, in July, August, September, it would be very lush green, very beautiful. You can be deceived by those beauties that it's a forest or it's a natural reserve. But those greens during the rainy season, actually the monocrops that the locals grow, it's not the forest. If the forest, it should be dark green, almost black, just like the first picture I showed in the slides. So, but if you go to Nan during this time in the winter, starting from December, January, February, you could see this picture. Especially during this time, they are burning, slash and burn. They are burning those crops because it's until the cycle, and those PMs comes to Bangkok as well. Our Chairman Emeritus, Kun Bantul Lamsam, Chairman Emeritus of Kachintorn Bank, he actually resigned from the Kachintorn Bank a few years ago to fully committed to work on these matters on Nan Sandbox project. He has invited Prime Minister, back then it was Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to Nan province, and it was that day was the first time that the Prime Minister actually in the province Nan has never been visited by a prime minister before. It's a rural and border province. So that's the first time that in Thai history that a prime minister ever visited Nan province. That while he's serving as a prime minister. So that day, Kun Mantoon pitched to Prime Minister Prayut that, okay, the Nan forest has been destroyed for 18%, and he has been knocking doors to doors. He has been visited all 99 sub-districts of Nan to talk to people, to talk to the locals, that what happened, what are you doing, and why are you doing this, to really understand why this happens. And he has crystallized it and presented to Prime Minister Prayut. And so after that, Nan Sandbox is in our national agenda. If you look back into the documents, it will be there. But maybe no one's really know what Nan Sandbox is or never really heard of it. But Nan Sandbox is a sandbox to work together to solve this deforestation problem, to be an example for other areas by working together with the government, the people, the local people, and the private sector, which Kun Bantun Lamsam is the unprecedented leaders from the private sector to solve this problem. And we now work on these three numbers. The 72% that is the remaining forest right now, as I mentioned earlier, that 28% of it has been destroyed already. So now we have only 72% left of non-forest. And those 28%, actually we wanted to bring it back to become a forest, all of it, all 28%. But just like in Thai slang, Thai words that we say, "อ้อยเข้าปากชามไปแล้วมันเอากลับมายาก." So we pinpoint that we want it back 18%. Add up together with the 72%, it's account for 90%, and it's good enough. It's the numbers that everyone happy and say this good enough. And those 10% still can be grown other agricultural plants. That doesn't have to be a forest, but in the law, those 10% still count as for a national forest. But those 18%, we have to bring back it as a forest. But no one really know actually how would you call it a national forest? What requirements does it have to be able to call it a national forest? So we talked to the Department of Forestry, and actually one right of forest have to have trees for 200 trees, the big trees, not the fruit like durian, mangoes, lychee, something that those doesn't count as a forest. So we need 200 big trees, such as sorry, I don't know it's in English, but like ต้นสัก ต้นมะค่า ต้นพยุง this would count as a forest. We need 200 trees of those trees to count as a forest. But from our perspective, if we grow 200 trees, it will be very dark and very shaded. Nothing can be grown under those 200 trees. No sunlight can go through that. So we negotiated with the Department of Forestry that can we grew only 100 trees. If you look from the top view, if you use the drones or satellite to see, you can still see bushes and see the forest. See it as a forest. It's gonna be have enough tree to see, but under that, if only 100 trees, under those trees, people will have around 4 meters, between the trees to grow other crops, grow economical crop, so they can live harmoniously with the forest. So the Department of Forestry agreed to these terms, but as I said, it has to be those big trees, Sat, Makha, Piyung, not the lychee or mangoes. So now here comes our work, that then what economical crops to be grown under the shades, under those big trees, to allow people to earn a living, to live harmoniously with the forest. So Kun Bantun Lamsam and the Kachintorn Thai board has approved to establish K Agro Innovate Institute under Kachintorn Thai Foundation, which is 100% funded by Kachintorn Bank, to work on this project full time. We have to find the answer that which crops, which plants should we promote the locals to grow, and those should be the plants that they can sell. The market has the demand, and if they don't have the demand, then we have to create it, and that's our job. And as we are part of the bank, so we kind of do a lot of market research before we started, and then we found that a plant-based market, plant-based is an upcoming trend, and especially the plant-based medicine, it's the area that has potential to grow a lot and doesn't have many players in the market right now, especially in Thailand. Although it's a big market, like you already know in China, they use traditional Chinese medicine for a long time and for a wide spread of area as well. So now we have pinpointed our strategy that we are gonna do the plant-based medicine to use the plant-based medicine as a tool to solve this deforestation problems. And this is the pyramid that we have pinpointed. On the top of the pyramid, like I said, it's the pharmaceutical products, but it has to derive from plant-based medicine. But along the road, we know that plant-based medicine takes long time to discovery. But along the way of that, we could do also nutraceuticals or supplements from plants, or even the cosmetics or cosmeceuticals, and even the extract from plants that we can sell. Currently, the locals, the non-people, are even below this pyramid. They are doing the deforesting chemical-rich stock feed agriculture. It's not even on the pyramid, because on the pyramid it's at least to be organic produce. They actually try to lift up themselves. They actually try to be organic, but there is no market, no big enough market for them. I once went to visit the locals, and I saw them grow. They try to grow organic vegetables, and I asked them, how much can you sell this maybe 1 kilogram of cabbage? They said they get 20 baht per kilograms. And I asked the other locals, they are actually next to each other. Those those households use chemical to grow those cabbage. And I asked them how much do you get, and they get the same price. So either organic or chemical. Now the market doesn't pay enough for them to shift from chemical to become organic. So then the local thinks why they have to shift them. But now we are trying to educate them bit by bit that using those chemicals are actually bad for your health. Naan actually has the highest statistic of people who have cancer, and we suspect that it's because they're using chemical rich in their in their daily lives. They use it in the soil to grow vegetables, and then they use the water to water those vegetables, and the water goes into the rivers. And they use the rivers to wash themselves, wash the clothes, even used to cook. So that's why Naan have the highest statistic of people having cancer right now. But even though they know this facts, but it couldn't change them, because when they are starving, they need money right now. They need money to buy food. They don't care if those money gonna make them become cancer in the future. But if they are starving right now, they need to do it. And if they're starving right now, they cannot think about the forest or the nature or the world or to save the world. They have to make themselves and their family full enough for now. So that's why people are still on the lowest of the pyramid. But what Agro Innovate Institute intends to do, we want to create value added as much as possible to those agriculture products. So we targeted, as I said, we targeted to do plant-based medicine, but along the way we can do many other products. But at least the product that goes out from Naan has to be in tier 2. Oh, sorry. In tier 2, in API, it stands for Natural Active Pharmaceutical Ingredients. It has to be athlete extracts. We don't want people to grow maybe turmeric or ginger and have to transport those turmerics and ginger, even though it's dried already, all along the way to come to Bangkok and extract it. The value added loss along the way on the logistic and everything. But if you can make them produce in APIs in Naan and export the extract out of Naan, then the value added stays in Naan, and those profit can be shared back to the villagers more. For example, if we created value added or the profit in Naan high enough, then we can buy the raw materials from the locals in a higher price than the market price. And this is what we intended to do. So let me explain our operating model a little bit. The Agro Innovate Institute doesn't have the mission to become a pharmaceutical company. We doesn't have a mission to actually earn profit. We are the connectors and the one who gathers all the knowledge and to create the value chain for the plant-based product industry. So we actually have two main tracks. The Agro Innovate Institute operates mainly in this green area on the first track, innovation tracks. But then all of this knowledge that gathers here have to be transferred to the commercial tracks. So the locals can earn the money, the real money, not just in the documents. And in innovation track, there are two tasks that we are doing right now. The first task is on the pink color. The first one is drug development process or drug discovery process. We are now actually give fundings to faculties of pharmacy in many universities, Mahidol University, Chulalongkorn University, Naresuan University, Chiang Mai, Khon Kaen, and Silapakon. We give funding for the researchers to do drug discovery, and as we aim to make plant-based medicine, so we have to involve with the clinical trial as well. We don't want those medicine to be the traditional Thai medicine that you grind it and then you put in the capsule and you don't even know what's the active ingredient. So we aim it to be as comparable to the Western medicine. The doctor accept it and prescribe it. That's where the money can come to the villagers. So apart from the faculty of pharmacy, then we also involved with the faculty of medicine as well. We have to do the clinical trials to prove and to convince those doctors to prescribe it. And while the researchers, doctors are doing drug discovery tracks, we also do the upstream track, which is the agricultural track. Those plants that are being researched by the scientists here in Bangkok or in Phitsanulok or in Chiang Mai, then we grow those plants. We try to grow those plants in Nans at the same time. Now we have the MOU with the Rajamankala University of Technology Lanna or Motaro Lanna. They give us 30 rights of land to do our experimental farm. We try to grow every plant there in Nan area to see that it's really growable in Nan. That's actually one of the criteria that we give our funding. We only fund it to the project that first the plants has to be growable in Nan. Secondly, there has to be scientifically proven at some level. And third, there has to be a demand, a market for those products in the finished product. And so we are doing the pilot farm. We testing A, B, C, D, E, F testing. We do every testing that how to get the active ingredients that the researcher says. For example, the turmeric, they want the curcuminoid. So we do the experimental farm to test which type of soil, which type of fertilizer, which how much water, how much light those turmeric needs to get this percentage level of curcuminoid, like the researcher says. We don't want it to be like the highest percentage, but we want it to have the same percentage in every branch, in every crop that we grow, because nature actually we can't control them, but we need at least it to be in the percentage range that we want, so we can process it and extract and standardize it to be the same in every pills, in every capsules. It has to be the same percentage. And as I said, that at least the product that goes from Nan has to be extract in the form extract. So we are planning to build a pilot extraction plant in Nan as well. It will be finished by this year. So we will test every technology that economically feasible and have economically feasible and can, it's not just feasible in the lab, but we have to upscale those technology in the laboratory in the real commercial scale. So we are building this pilot plan to try all the technologies and gather all the information, which technology suits which plants and which technology can make this extract less costly as possible. So and also we're gonna need an analysis lab in Nan as well. As I said, that we want to make the medicine that the doctor and patient trust. So if we don't have the analysis lab, then who gonna trust our product? The lab that we are building is gonna test starting from the soil, the water that the local use to grow those raw materials, and then we teach them how to grow those plants organically, because we want to do the medicine. So along the way, we may have to take some samples to throw it into the lab and test that if they use chemicals or not, if they really do like what we teach them, or when we go back, then they just put chemicals into those plants. So we need those labs to analyze the results. And also, as we targeted to do a standardized extract, then we need to know the percentage of active ingredients in those plants. So analysis lab is what we need to have to test the active ingredient as well in the raw material after we harvest those plants from the ground. And these are all the knowledge and know-how that we are trying to gather by K-Agro Innovate Institute. Then after that, we planning to transfer it to any local enterprise, social enterprise in Nan. We will teach them how to do the network farming with the farmers, how to grow the medicinal plants, what are the standards, what do they have to look for, and the knowledge and know-how of how to extract those plants as well, and how to make the cosmetics, cosmeceutical, nutraceutical, or the plant-based medicine. Because lastly, although we want that the product has to be able to sell in the market. So that's how we can earn money to help people to buy more and more raw materials from the local and sustain this value chain. If we don't really commercialize it, if we don't really put it into the market, then where does the money comes from? Well, Kachintorn Thai Foundation can support for until a certain point, but then we aim it to run it sustainably by themselves. They have to earn the money by themselves and sustain it by themselves. So all of the things we do here, and we started from the demand. We actually look into the demand first. What are the pain points? What are the market still lack of? What do the market needs? And then we go back to give out the research topics to the researchers. Or sometimes the researchers or the doctors are the one who come and tell us what products or what the pain points they have and what should we do. This work both ways. So maybe in this room, some people are also researchers. You can feel freely to submit your papers to try to get the funding if it matches our mission, if it matches that those plants can be grown in Nan, and then maybe we can have a chance to work together. And lastly, I wanna emphasize that to create this value chain, it's not just one person. It's not a one-person job or a one organization job. It's what we're trying to do, or what we're trying to be. We're trying to be a connector. We're trying to be the one who connects everyone together for the whole value chain, since the plant discovery, the drug discovery, until the extraction, the production, and the knowledge and know-how transfer. We want to see that people in these multidisciplinaries can work together and actually can push the market into, push the products into the commercialization phase. And all of this, as I said, it's not a one-person job or one organization job. We are just the connector. Actually, we don't, how do we say, we are maybe the most stupid person in this value chain. We don't have any knowledge or know-how. We are the bankers. We only know how to move money. We don't really know how to do the research. We don't really know how to work in the labs or treat people, treat patients. We are just the connectors to make everyone work together harmoniously and bring everyone to help on the same mission. So lastly, I would like to say that our institutes, Care, Grow, Innovate institutes, actually follow the footsteps of Prince Mahidol, that he once said that, I think everyone are familiar with this quote already, that the true success is not in the learning, but in its application to the benefit of the mankind. So we really believe this as well. We really believe that all the works that everyone do can really benefit human and our world if we work together as a multidisciplinary. So I invite everyone to join this stewardship of environment together with our team. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kun Puthita. Can we have like a couple of questions? Anyone has a question? You have that joy. Just a second. I have.
I'm curious why K-Bank is interested in Nan province and why not other provinces.
As I mentioned in the some first slides, that Nan province is special than other province. That it's the headwater forest that originates water from Chao Phraya River, and which accounts for 40 to 45% of Chao Phraya water mass. So the floods that you have encountered in these past 10 years and the drought that you encountered in the summer, it can be lessened or maybe gone if you help reforest this Nan forest back. It's the pristine headwater. So, and also like I said, that 85% of Nan province is the national forest reserve. So it's not just like other provinces that Nan has 7 national parks and 55 mountains. And so it's kind of have a lot of natural reserves. So why we are interested in preserving this and yeah, bring back the forest.
Any other question? Come.
Very nice presentation, and that's give the idea of K Innovate Foundation, right? And can you share with us after? I think at the end, maybe can you go back to the nice slide that show the whole picture of the research and development and agriculture work, the one with this one, yes, the chain, right? So can you tell us at the end of this project what K Innovate would like to happen, both in Nan and in terms of sustainability, because as I discussed with you that right now you have like 5 products that already registered to FDA. So can you share with us what next? So that product gonna be sold by the company, or you have the collaboration? I saw some like collaboration for production. I don't know if that's the production like T-Man, SNJ, and things like that, or the K Innovate gonna sell it by yourself, and how do that profit go back to Nan society? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. As I mentioned earlier, that K Agro Innovate Institute or Kachintorn Foundation doesn't have a mission to become a pharmaceutical company or any business entity, but we aims to do is to gather all the knowledge and know-how. Then we would like it to transfer to any business that interested, especially in Nan, the social enterprise in Nan. Any local business in Nan can actually get the transfer from us. But currently, there's not. Currently, in the beginning, there's not a business like that. So actually, we have a company setting up to do it as an example, to get transfer knowledge, to get the knowledge transfer about the upstream, about how to grow, about how to talk to the locals, about how to control the qualities of the raw materials, and about how to do the extraction, and even until the finished product, and get the license from the FDA to get transfer knowledge. We have this one company as an example, but actually any other business in Nan can get transferred this knowledge as well. We currently work with a couple of Nan social enterprise to develop the plant-based medicine, to uplift their business, to become uplift their business and their products to become more market viable. And also actually we have done the research that the capacity of producing medicines or finished product, the capsules or the tablets, actually in Thailand we have those capacity available everywhere in Thailand already, but what we are lack of is the extraction part. So that's why we intended to build the extraction pilot plant in Nan to gather the knowledge and know-how, and maybe transfer it to other company in Nan to build the commercial one, the big commercial one for extracting. But for the finished product, it can be produce anywhere. Like Ajahn Kornkanok said, the logos in these slides, the Biolab or SNJ, SNP, Kala, or any pharmaceutical companies that available can produce the finished product for us. There are available capacity for that in Thailand, but what we intended to do is the standardized extracts that has to come out from NAN, because that's the thing that will added value for the plants, really added value for the agriculture produce that the people, the local grows. So yes, we are gonna transfer everything, the knowledge and everything to the local business in NAN, and we are not intended to be any pharmaceutical companies.
Any other question? I have one question. We are people from university, so we looking for a job, right? So for Kachintorn Bank, do you have like a plan for human resources to develop this kind of business in the future? Because if you're gonna have this business in NAN, NAN is not a big province. How about the manpower to drive all the technology to the end product? Do you have enough like a high skill human resources?
Currently not have, like you said, NAN it's not a big province, and we're still struggling to find those human resources and people who are willingly to move to NAN. But we are building that on. Also, we're working with the university, especially Mahidol University and some other university as well, to actually look into the curriculum that you have, that if it's matched with the industry that we want to create, the value chain that we want to create. For example, we just funded the factory, the medicine production factory plan for the Faculty of Pharmacy of Mahidol, and we want to do the joint curriculum to build people who can design or can work in the extraction part or work in the production part to build those human resources to be in NAN in the future as well. And that's a part of human resource that we are planning. Maybe the lab and the analysis lab part that we building, maybe we gonna need the expertise and human resource from the Faculty of Science here as well.
Okay, we have of knowledge in technology of analysis, so we can help for that. Any other question?
So I want to know the progress that how much local people involved in this project now.
So we Care Royal Waste just established for about 3 years now, and last year we encountered people for 40 households already, and now this year we aim to involve people for 100 households this year.
Thank you. Any other question? If no other question, please join me to thank Puthita ครับ Okay ครับ I also will have a token of appreciation. May I invite อาจารย์วิชัยได้ไหมครับ Give a token of appreciation to คุณพิมพ์คุณPuthita เดี๋ยวผมถ่ายรูปให้ครับ
ถ่ายรูปก่อนนะเดี๋ยวถ่ายรูปหลังจากที่อาจารย์ได้ใช้แต่ตอนนี้ถ่ายรูปส่งนะดีมากเลยที่ขอเป็นสไลด์หน้าเขียวหน้าเขียวไม่ได้ครับอันนั้นหรือหน้าแสนบล็อกSo we hello.
Hello, we will come back at 11 o'clock. We will have a break outside, okay, for we snack outside. We will come back at 11 o'clock. Thank you.
ได้ไหม
เบรก
ครับแล้วกด Ctrl L ป่ะครับ
เขามีฟีเจอร์ใช่ป่ะ
มีครับ ต้องเสียบ
ต้องเสียเพราะว่าแล้วเมื่อกี้เขาเปิดใช้ของเขาใช้ของเขา
ก็ไม่ได้ให้ผม
ใช่ของเขาที่ลูกโคร้านขาย
เดี๋ยวไปห้องน้ำแป๊บนึงครับ
ปีได้ไหวปี
แต่ว่า